TT, how are you today? Um, I'm doing this video for you, and your parents are welcome to watch it. But this is just between you and me. Also, you know that I'm Scottish. Do you recognize this shirt? It's a shirt that I wore 6 years ago when you and I met. And I've written about that a million times. Your mother had to pick up some paper for me to tell me where I was going when I left her and went to some other tour guide. That was the luckiest day of my life. Because based upon our playing Scrabble, all the things that are happening and have happened and will happen with our family is based upon that 45 minutes at the most of us playing Scrabble together. And there's just there are a lot of things I want you to understand. And in a way, this is kind of a picture of who I see you to be. And I've written about this loads of times also. You are a brilliant young lady. And it's important that you don't forget that. So that's one of the reasons I'm writing or doing this video. The second reason for doing it is because you're my granddaughter. And I love you. I mean, there's so many things that, I love you for the goofy things. The time that you were doing magic with me and we got in this argument about no, yes, sir. But there's so many things I admire about you. You're loving toward me, but you're loving toward your parents and your sisters. And this is wasting a lot of time, but one time I remember we were, the whole family was at Ocean in the restaurant up in the top. And everybody, your parents took us out for lunch and everybody sat down and got ready. And I watched you walk around the table to make sure your two younger sisters were well taken care of. And I've written about this a million times also. You're kind of a junior mother. You're just, you watched your mother and you're emulating it. You're copying what she has done, being a good mother. And I love you for many, many reasons. And, if I give you any more, I'm going to choke up. So, one is you're brilliant, and two, you're loving, and you're my granddaughter. The third reason that I'm doing this is because of my personal pain that I experienced when I was your age, just a little younger than you. When I went to school in New Jersey, when I was in elementary school, I was an above average student in an average school in an average community income-wise. And this was just after World War II. And I was in 5th or 6th grade. And my father got a transfer from Pensacola, New Jersey to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's about 350 miles away. And because of the war, World War II, he wasn't able to go to college. But he wanted his 3 boys to. And so he asked the real estate agent, somebody who was going to sell him his house, what's the best school system in the Pittsburgh area? And the answer was Mount Lebanon. And that was true. It was the best in Western Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh. But it was the 19th best school system in the entire country. And so I went from an above average kid who liked school to what I thought was being dumb. And in comparison with the kids that I was going to in this super school, I felt dumb. And the other thing I learned in Mount Lebanon was not only was I dumb, but Mount Lebanon was the wealthiest community in Western Pennsylvania. My parents didn't have that kind of money. So, we scrimped and saved, or they scrimped and saved. And that feeling dumb and poor, it still bugs me. And I know that I'm not dumb and poor, but I can still hear that echo in my head. When I was in college, I had an art history teacher. In my junior year in college, everybody in college, in their junior or senior year, had to take a class for first semester and second semester, each 5 hours each semester, called the arts. And Louis was Professor Louis Palmer. And I took it my junior year, and it was a class that people feared. But I took it and I did fairly well. I didn't ace it, but I liked the class. And for some reason, Louis saw something in me, and he asked me in my senior year to teach the subsections. There are 2 lectures each week and then 3 subsections, and the subsections just have 20, 30 students. So I taught a couple subsections each week. I wrote the midterm exam, the final exam for first semester and for second semester, and I graded the midterm and final for the first semester and for the second semester. I wrote the 2 major tests, the only 2 tests each semester that the class had. I wrote them and I graded them. Plus, I taught subsections, a couple of classes each week, to my students I went to school with. I wasn't even out of college, and you can't do that until you have a master's degree today. But Louis saw something in me, and he wanted to teach me something about who I was. And what I'm doing with you now, young lady, is teaching you. When I call you brilliant, the normal response is, well, that's very nice, Papa Al, but I'm not, I can't do this, I can't do. Young lady, and I've written about this, I don't know anybody your age as smart as you. And you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe. And because you're bright, because you're my granddaughter, and because of the pain that I felt when I was in high school. I mean, I felt that for half my life. And that also explains a lot of things I do. That's one of the reasons you got the laptop. Because I knew that you could use that for learning. But there's a problem with that. It's just you, and the internet access isn't good. So your parents are my children, and your parents' children are my grandchildren. So that's kind of our family, what we call a nuclear family. But there's an extended family, and the extended family are the girls and boys that you and your sisters go to school with. They're part of my family. And that's one of the reasons that we're pretty soon going to start the fundraising drive for $500,000. $500,000. So that explains my motivation for talking to you. All of us don't see ourselves as much as we should. Your parents, I mean, if I said to your parents, one of the things I like about your dad and one of the things I like about your mother, they say, well, I'm not perfect. And if I said that to Snow or Fatty, they'd say, yes, but. They don't fully believe it. If I say you're at 97%, almost perfect, you say, well, I'm pretty good, but I'm probably 75 or 80. And I'm telling you, you're wrong. And so are your parents about themselves, and so are your younger sisters. In fact, everybody's that way. And I love the name that you gave me, Papa Al. And I also love the name that Fatty gave me. It's going to sound like I know your language. But Popo J means great-grandfather. And so what you call me and what Snow called me and what Fatty calls me is who I am. And in ancient China, not necessarily today, but in ancient China, years and years and years ago, they really venerated the old people, the grandfathers and grandmothers of their society, and venerated them and honored them and saw them as knowledgeable, smart. And the smartness doesn't come from their brain. Their smartness comes from living a long life. And I've lived almost 76 years, about a month from now. I'll be 76 years old. I'm almost twice your parents' age. And during that long time, I have learned a lot of things, usually from stumbling and falling and having to get up again. I thought I was dumb, and I thought I was poor. And once I realized that they were a mistake, it changed my life. So this video is an attempt to make you think about something. And I want you to do this. I want you to get a piece of paper, not right now, but sometime, and on a piece of paper, write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then write 5 in each, or one thing in each one of those, after each one of those numbers. These are 5 things that you want to do when you grow up, get out of school, and be an adult. Do you understand that? I want you to tell me what you want to be when you grow up. I want you to write down 5 things. Not things that other people tell you about, not things that you don't want to do. I want you to do something that you really want to do. Something that you have to do. Okay? The next thing I want you to do is, next to each one of those items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, before I get that, you give me 5 things that you want to do, and I will tell you right now that in 5 or 10 years from now, whenever you get out of school and then whenever you start a job, you will be excellent at any one of those things. It's none of my business what you choose to be. Success is guaranteed before you even start. You doubt that. Remember what the Chinese said about old people like me. They're venerable. They're smart. They're knowledgeable. I mean, I've taught for half my life and gone to school for the other half. And I'm telling you, TT, you could do anything you want to do. Period. Remember Louis taught me something? Hey, Campbell, you're not dumb. I want you to help me teach. He saw something in me when I didn't see it in me. And it's true for you. It's true for Snow. And it's true for Fatty. So make your list of 5 things. I don't care what they are. 5 things that you really, in your gut, in your stomach, you really want to do or be. And then next to that, what kind of education you need. Now, I don't know. But when you get out of school in just over a year from now, it's just a guess, you're going to need more education. And it goes back to those 3 things I said at the beginning. You're smart. You are lucky enough to come into this world with a brain that is capable of processing and learning and thinking and analyzing anything. And you have, you know what that noise is? It's Ginger wagging her tail because she's thinking I'm talking about her. Ginger, shh, I'm talking to TT. You can do absolutely anything you want, but the things that you want to do are going to require education beyond the education you'll have in a year from now. And because you're smart, I don't want you to waste it. That's one. And because you're my granddaughter, I don't want you to waste it either. And the third reason is that I know what it feels like to be dumb and poor. And I don't want you to feel that way either. I don't want your sisters to feel that way. You come from a gifted family. Your parents, I met them, well, I met you at the same time. I love your parents. I love your sisters. And I love you. And I don't want any of them to think ill of themselves or less than what they are. And Myanmar is what the world calls a developing country. It's a country that I mean, like America is developed. I mean, America lucked out. There's money here, there's education here, there's, blah, 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 everything's here. But in Myanmar, the country has a long ways to go to catch up to the rest of the world. And the only means that I am aware of that Myanmar can become an equal with other countries is through education. There's no other way. And that's the reason why when you figure out what you want to do, in fact, you can email to me. Give me a list of things, or have your mom or dad take a photo of it and send me the photo. I don't care. Email or the photo of it. 5 things. And then on the right-hand side, you put the list on the left-hand side, then across from number 1, you want to be a da-da-da. How many more years of school will that take? Number 2, you want to be a da-da-da. How many more years will it take? And I will provide for it. Because I love my granddaughter. And that started with you 5 years ago in your old home on the living room floor. Just a second.
Call from Gary Iden.
Trump probably wanted to talk to me. There's what we call formal education, elementary school, high school. That's formal education, or college is formal. You go to class and you do things and you get a grade, and that's formal education. There's informal education. Informal education is the kind of education you learn out in society. You get a job and somebody's going to say, this is the way you do this, TT. You don't do it this way, you do it this way. That's informal. You're going to be educating yourself for the rest of your life. And this, I don't want to tell you this is the truth. I've never raised $500,000 before in my entire life. And I'm learning how to do it. I'm not going to get a grade that some teacher's going to give me, but I am going to get a grade from society. And that's a motivating force for me to get my you-know-what into gear. So I guess that what I'm trying to say is there are three things that motivate me about you. Brilliant is an understatement. You are smart, brilliant, and it's not just intellectual smart. You're caring and you're smart. You take care of things and you provide and you protect. You do that with your sisters. So that's one reason that I care about what you do educationally. The second reason is I'm proud of my granddaughter and I want her to succeed. And the third reason is I know what the pain feels like. And pain is good. There's an expression in America called no pain, no gain. If you don't have the pain, you're not going to succeed. It's as simple as that. What makes you get your hand off of something that's hot? Stove or any you're working in the kitchen and you put your hand on something, a hot plate. That's hot. Why do you take your hand off of it? Because of the pain. And one of the things that most motivated you to move your hand off of pain is to avoid the hurt. One of the reasons I'm active at 75 years of age is because I felt the pain. The pain, in a way, is it is a blessing. I've danced with death twice. That pain of knowing that maybe I could have been dead caused me to come alive. And Louis Palmer, back when I was in college, said to me, and said as clearly to me as I'm saying it to you, is, "Hey Campbell, you're smart. I want to hire you." I never thought he would hire me. I mean, when he called me to tell me to come into his office, I had no idea what he wanted. So I'm motivated because you're brilliant, you're my granddaughter, and I have the pain inside of me. And I've overcome my pain. I know I'm not dumb, and I know I'm not poor. I'd like to be smarter and like to be richer, but where you are in life right now, is kind of, in English is a word vicarious, that you replace me having the pain, and what all of a sudden I kind of adopt you into my head and think 5 years from now she's going to have pain unless I can help her now. Now you're not going to avoid pain all your life, but there's some things I can help you with to avoid unnecessary pain. And this is going on for a long. You're going to grow old listening to this video. But I'm being Louis Palmer with you right now. TT, I know that you're going to be great. Period. And all I'm doing is saying, I'll assist you in your development. TT, I don't know I do know what happened. I had too much stuff on memory stick, so they wanted me to copy it and then delete it, and then. So what I ended, what as the last memory stick clicked off, I was saying that I will help you. I guarantee you that I will help you. I will pay for your education. And essentially the only thing you have to do is find out what you want to do and then how much it's going to cost. I will help you because you're brilliant, because you're my granddaughter, and because I don't want you to suffer. So what I read your email and your mother's email, and I want to show Ginger to you. And she's sitting here at my feet, just saying, hurry up. Now watch this. Ginger, get up. Come on. Get up. Now. Look over here. Look at the camera and say, hi, Titi. Hi, Snow. Hi, Fatty. Hi, Coco and Momo. Say, Titi, I love you. Ginger's more interested in loving me right now. But you tell your parents and your sisters that I'll be back in a year from now. Your mother wants an exact date. I have no idea, but it'll be about the same time I saw you a year ago and 5 years ago. But it'll be mid-December to the end of December. But it really depends on Cindy. Sandy thinks that she's going to go back with me, and she's never been to Mimar, so I don't know whether we'll just do a couple of trips like in Yangon and Mandalay and Bagan or something, and then get up to Inlet Lake or Tangier. So I really had to work out how things resolve, but sometime in the next couple of weeks, I want you to think about the 5 things you want to do and how much more education that's going to take. That's really critically important. And I promise you, you're my granddaughter. I will help you. Okay? Love you. Take care. Say hello to your siblings for me. And Ginger, do you want to say hello? Come on, get up here. Get up here. Get up. Oh, okay, now turn around. Okay. Ginger, why don't you look at the camera? Ginger, come on, look over here. Ginger, look. Look over here and okay. Ginger, you are really pretty. You're not quite as pretty as Titi is. Okay, now sit down. You take care, Titi. Bye.